Jacqueline de Longwy, Countess of Bar-sur-Seine, Duchess of Montpensier, Dauphine of Auvergne, was a French noblewoman, and a half-niece of King Francis I of France. She was the first wife of Louis III de Bourbon, Duke of Montpensier, and the mother of his 6 children. Charlotte de Bourbon, the third wife of William the Silent, Prince of Orange, was her daughter. As a high-ranking member of the Valois family, she was a participant in court functions and ceremonies. Family. Jacqueline was born on an unknown date sometime before 1520, the youngest daughter of Jacqueline de Longwy, Seigneur de Givry, Baron of Pagny and of Maubert, and Jean of Angoulême, Countess of Bar-sur-Seine, the illegitimate half-sister of King Francis I of France. Jacqueline had 2 elder sisters. The eldest, Françoise de Longwy, Dame de Pagny and de Maubert, married firstly in 1526, Philippe de Chabot, Seigneur de Brienne, Count of Charny and Beaugensois, Admiral of France, by whom she had 6 children, and secondly in 1545, Jacques de Pérouse, Seigneur d'Escars, by whom she had a son, Cardinal Anne d'Escars de Givry. Her second eldest sister was Claude Louise de Longwy, Abbess of Dauphine. Jacqueline's paternal uncle was Claude de Longwy de Givry, Bishop of Amiens. Her paternal grandparents were Philippe de Longwy, Seigneur of Pagny, and Jeanne de Beaufremont, Dame de Maubert. Her maternal grandparents were Charles, Count of Angoulême, and his mistress Antoinette de Polignac, Dame de Cambronne, who was a lady-in-waiting to the Count of Angoulême's wife, Louise of Savoy. Antoinette was the daughter of Foucault de Polignac, Seigneur des Fontaines, and Agnes de Chabannes. Marriage and issue. In 1538, Jacqueline married, as his first wife, Louis III de Bourbon Montpensier, who would become Duke of Montpensier on the death of his mother Louise de Bourbon, Duchess of Montpensier, on 5 July 1561. On the occasion of the marriage, Jacqueline's uncle, King Francis, restored the Montpensier estates and the counties of Forez, Beaujeu, and Dombies to Louis's mother. They had been confiscated by the French crown following Charles III, Duke of Bourbon's treason in 1523 when he defected to the side of Emperor Charles V. The marriage of Jacqueline and Louis produced 1 son and 5 daughters. François de Bourbon, Duke of Montpensier, married in 1566 Renée d'Anjou, Marquise de Mézières, daughter of Nicolas d'Anjou, Marquis de Mézières, and Gabrielle de Marois, by whom he had 1 son, Henry de Bourbon, Duke of Montpensier. Françoise de Bourbon, in 1559 married Henry Robert de la Marque, Duke of Bouillon, Prince of Sedan. Anne de Bourbon, in 1561 married François de Cleves, Duke of Nevers. Jeanne de Bourbon, Abbess of Dauphine. Charlotte de Bourbon, on 24 June 1575, married William the Silent of Nassau, Prince of Orange, by whom she had 6 daughters. Louise de Bourbon, Abbess of Famautier, Countess of Bar-sur-Seine. Jacqueline succeeded to the title of Sujury Countess of Bar-sur-Seine upon her mother's death, which occurred on an unknown date sometime after 1531–1538. Her father's titles had passed to her eldest sister, Françoise, upon his death in 1520. In 1543, the Dauphinate of Auvergne was restored to Louis. Jacqueline therefore became the Dauphine of Auvergne. That same year, she was present with other high-ranking members of the Valois court at the baptism of King Francis's grandson, Francis. In 1547, King Francis died and was succeeded by his son Henry. In 1556, Jacqueline, together with Diane de Poitiers and Madame de Montmorency, was appointed by Queen Consort Catherine de Medici to judge the case of misconduct against Mademoiselle de Rohan, a member of the royal family, who was pregnant by the Duke of Nemours under promise of marriage. 3 years later, in 1559, Jacqueline and her husband attended the magnificent coronation of King Francis II and Mary, Queen of Scots. She died in Paris on the 28th of August 1561. She had been the Duchess of Montpensier for less than 2 months. Her husband married secondly, in 1570, Catherine of Lorraine, daughter of Francis, Duke of Guise and Anna d'Este. The marriage was childless. Through her daughter, Charlotte, Jacqueline was an ancestress of the House of Hanover, which reigned in Great Britain from 1714 to 1901, and from which descends the current British royal family. In art, Jacqueline de Longwy's portrait was drawn in 1550 by French painter François Clouet.